of Willie DeWitt in Canada, and in that fight we saw this awesome punching power he has. There's not much more to say about Cooper except that he's basic and he's tough.
Tim, he's basic, he's tough, and he's young. Same age as Mike Tyson. These are the two guys that maybe in the future will have a great fight.
Well, Cooper talks about Tyson constantly, as we found out when we spoke to him about this fight against Carl Williams.
Only guy I'm worried about is Tyson. That's the only guy in my light right now is Tyson. Only thing on my mind right now is getting to Tyson, get rid of all the other guys, and get Mike.
No concern about Carl the Truth Williams?
No concern. He's not on my level.
How will the fight go?
Short.
Well, short and sweet. Will the truth prevail, or will the smoke prevail today? We'll find out shortly. 13 of his 16 victories by knockout. We know he can punch. We'll see whether he can punch out Carl the Truth Williams or vice versa when we return. We'll be back after this from your local stations.
This is CBS.
This is the main event of the afternoon. Scheduled for 12 rounds for the vacant United States Boxing Association Heavyweight Championship. The judges are Frank Burnett, Charlie Spina, and Rocky Castellani. And the referee for this bout is Randy Newman. Introducing first in the red corner. He's wearing the white trunks with red trim. He's fighting out of Absecon, New Jersey, weighing in at 224 pounds with a professional record of 17 victories and 2 defeats, 13 KOs. He's ranked number 5 by the IBF in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl the Truth Williams. And in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white letters, fighting out of Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania, he weighs 209 pounds even. His professional record, 16 victories, only 1 defeat, also 13 KOs, and ranked number 6 in the world by the IBF. Ladies and gentlemen, Smokin' Bert Cooper.
You should both be familiar with the state of New Jersey and the USBA rules. Do you have any questions at this time? Well, that's good. Remember 2 things. Number 1, obey my commands. Number 2, and most important, defend yourselves at all times. Shake hands and come out at the bell. Shake them, shake them. Let's go.
Former heavyweight Randy Newman, the referee, exerting himself there somewhat to get these guys to shake hands. Cooper came in at 209, Williams at 224, the taller man with the obvious reach advantage, but Cooper so far has not been intimidated at all by the bigger guys. Witness his 2-round knockout of Willie DeWitt. Built much like the man he wants most to face, Mike Tyson. Cooper in black, Carl Williams in the white trunks.
Watch for that left hook of Cooper's early, Tim. Devastating punch. You know, Tim, one significant fact about this fight is that Carl Williams wanted this fight. A lot of people were telling him, why risk anything? He had a chance to make a lot of money with one of the champions.
And an early knockdown from Williams, a flash knockdown. I thought they may not count because it was close to being a slip, but they have given the count to Bert Cooper.
He did get hit. They called it a knockdown. It was very, very questionable. He got nailed that time, though, Tim.
A solid left hook from Williams. It was a left hook that sent him down, kind of a grazing one that caught him backpedaling. Well, that's got to be a confidence builder for Williams, and a stiff left jab from Carl Williams.
Well, Williams has one of the best jabs in the business. No question about that. He out-jabbed Larry Holmes when he fought Holmes.
Bert Cooper said, I'm going to get under the jab. I'm going to get right under those long arms of Carl Williams. So far, he hasn't been able to get close. Williams, for his part, told us at his training session the other day that he would try to keep the distance, use that jab effectively. So an early flash knockdown scored in round 1 by Carl the Truth Williams. This is scheduled for 12, the USBA heavyweight title at stake. Probably a vacant crown, last held by Tony Tucker, now the IBF champion.
Tim, Williams is a tall guy, and instead of Bert Cooper going into a crouch and attacking, trying to get inside, he's standing up to look at the tall guy. Very, very bad error. He should be underneath. Bend those knees, move that head.
Williams continuing to jab effectively here in the first round. Cooper unable to get close. to go, round number 1. I think that second left hook from Williams was actually more damaging than the one that sent Cooper down, Gil.
And those are the things, Tim. When you can make a guy like Cooper respect you early, that's what boxers have to do. And that's what Williams did. Nailed him, made him respect him early. Then your feints work, your jab works, sets up a lot of things.
Good concentration from Carl Williams in this first round. Eye on the target at all times. Under 30 seconds we go. Cooper missing to the body. That's where he wants to be, but he hasn't been able to get close enough yet. Solid right hand, a good combination from Williams. Final seconds of round 1. What happened in the first round, it was kind of a half hook, half jab, and it was indeed a legitimate knockdown, although not a lot of on the punch, Gil. It looked like Cooper was a little off balance when it landed.
Cooper had his feet out of position, Tim. You have to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back.
So we're live in round number 2 with a knockdown scored by Williams in round 1, and there's a big right hand, but Cooper took it, backs up Carl Williams with his counter-punching left, and another left landed by Cooper.
Well, that's the thing. That's the question with Carl Williams. His chin has always been questionable, and Cooper is the big puncher.
Williams, for his part, had just landed a straight right hand, but Cooper had his left going over it at exactly the same instant. Second round, scheduled for 12. Tim Ryan with Joe Clancy, watching Carl the Tooth Williams and Smoker Bert Cooper. Williams' last fight, February of 1986.
That hit a little low, Tim. Winced noticeably from the punch. I think he was looking at the referee, looking for a little help. Williams was.
That loss by Williams in that last fight, a second-round knockout at the hands of Mike Weaver. No action since then, although he has been in the gym and trained for a couple of fights that didn't come off. Good body shots now by Cooper. That's where he wants to be, but he's swinging wildly.
Well, that was that down-home left hook, Tim. If that landed, we would have been going home.
Cooper's been down on the Fraser Plantation in South Carolina for about 3.5 weeks. A lot of hard work. And that's just a push by Williams, using his forearm and his superior weight.
Tim, you know, the knock on Williams is the bad chin, and the knock on Cooper is his stamina. I think it's going to be a question of Williams hanging around to the 6th, 7th, 8th round.
Under a minute to go, round 2. Cooper seems to have been trying to lead with those kind of haymakers to get himself close enough to bang to the body, but so far he has not been successful.
Well, that's the mistake, Tim. He's going to have to make Williams miss and counter a miss to nail him.
Under the 30-second mark in round number 2.
Right now he's eating that left jab of Cooper's. Of Williams, I mean, Tim.
Coming to the end of round 2. Carl Williams frustrating Bert Cooper thus far.
See a right hand by Bert Cooper that wobbled Williams pretty good in that second round.
We're live now in round number 3. Carl Williams in white, Bert Cooper in black. Williams continuing to jab, keeping Cooper away from him, and it's been effective.
Cooper has to bend down, Tim. He has to bend his knees. Standing up straight.
So far, Williams staying exactly with his plan. This is what he said he would do against this man. I got to keep him off. I have to use my reach and my jab. Don't let him get close to me. That's where he can do the damage.
And Tim, those are stiff jabs.
Cooper, for his part, saying that he can get underneath the arms of Williams, but has been unable to do so.
Tim, you notice he's not bending down to get underneath. He's standing straight up. He figures he's fighting a tall guy. He has to stand straight up. Just the opposite. Get lower. Make the guy punch down. Inside, Cooper's still standing straight up. He has to sit down, bend those knees.
Under a minute to go in the third round, and so far Williams has had no difficulty in keeping Cooper off. That excellent jab with the inviting target, as you point out, Gil, the upright Bert Cooper. Right-hand lead landed, but without much on it.
Tim, if he reaches for Carl Williams, he's liable to get nailed himself. That's when he should punch, when he's inside. Gets inside and still doesn't punch.
Landed that left hook. Williams with 13 KOs in his 17 victories, but not regarded as a big one-punch knockout guy. Coming to the end of round number 3. This is scheduled for 12, the championship distance for the USBA title. Truth Williams in white, Bert Cooper in black, and it's been Williams' fight from the start here. A flash knockdown scored by Williams in round number 1, and then a dominating jab the last 2 rounds, keeping Cooper away from him. And the young bomber, who was able to get close to the bigger Willie DeWitt, so far has not been able to get close to the more experienced Carl Williams.
Well, Cooper just did something that he has to do. When Williams punches, or even if Williams hits him, that's when he has to punch back. And he just did it. Not effectively, but at least he threw the punch.
We heard Williams trainer Carmine Graziano saying, "You're the disciplined boxer. You're the one with the experience. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're in control."
Well, so far he has been in control.
Good combination by Williams. No holding and hitting, but it was effective. And again, that's where Williams would like to have Cooper, when he's in close, is in position where he can grab onto him like that. Another thing he said he would plan to do if Cooper got close to him.
Well, you know, it's no disgrace to grab your opponent. Muhammad Ali was a master of that. He knew just when to take a rest, went to walk the guy around. A lot of guys think it's a disgrace to hold. Not so.
Round 4, scheduled for 12. Go ahead, Gil.
Sometimes it's necessary, you know. You're in there with a bomber, you tie him up on the inside, as long as you're beating him on the outside. But Cooper has to be the guy. He's got to get those hands free. Like now, he has to punch inside.
Is he a little frustrated at this point, Gil?
Very, very frustrated, Tim. He's being puzzled. He just can't figure Williams out up to this point. It's going to take one big whack by Cooper to get his confidence back and get him back into this fight.
Under a minute to go in round 4. We saw
walks in and doesn't punch.
Saw Pinkman Thomas in a similar kind of circumstance against the young Mike Tyson, and then suddenly in that 6th round, boom, the one big punch you just talked about came from Tyson and turned that around in a hurry.
You have to throw him, though, Tim, and Cooper right now is not throwing enough punches.
Under the 30-second mark, round 4. There's the first jab of the fight thrown by Cooper, landed. Approaching the end of round 4. Carl "The Truth" Williams off his stool early to get going here. You heard him say the truth would prevail today. So far it has.
I mentioned before, the interesting thing is he wanted this fight, Carl Williams. They tried to discourage him. They said, no, there's bigger money fights ahead. But no, he said, I want this fight. I guess he saw something in Bert Cooper that he figured he could handle. And so far, he's doing it.
Well, not only that, Gil, but he realized that because Cooper's starting to get some attention, that a victory over him would put Williams right back into the thick of things. With the tournament now winding to a conclusion, Mike Tyson with a couple of more fights already booked in defense of his title, and then, of course, the Michael Spinks thing still kind of out there. For Williams, he realizes how big this is. He was willing to take it.
Tim, look at that jab of Williams. It's working overtime. He's really doing a job on Bert Cooper now. And you know, Tim, these are two well-conditioned heavyweights, two winning fighters. These are the kind of guys that you want to see in with the Mike Tysons and the Michael Spinks, not the retreads.
Cooper now stalking and trying to cut off the ring, but still ineffective. He's got to land that big one, as you pointed out, Gil. You can just see that that's really the only thing that could possibly turn it around at this point.
Yeah, he's very frustrated. He's starting to move his head a little bit now. Bleeding from the mouth, by the way, Tim. Bert Cooper is.
Cut apparently on the lip or the inside of the mouth.
Somebody said that Carl Williams had one of the best jabs in the business. As a matter of fact, in the Holmes fight, that was his best weapon, and he's sure showing it today.
Well, round 5. There's a solid right by Williams.
Well, that may have helped Cooper because it woke him up a little bit.
Grazing left and a right hand landed by Cooper. Under a minute to go in round 5.
Cooper doesn't go into his weave, and he doesn't slip the jab and go back up with the hook. He's standing straight up.
Forward inside with a combination. First time he's been able to do that. They weren't real damaging blows, but nonetheless, he landed it. Carl Williams has been very precise with his punching, measuring them, making them count.
Doing a beautiful job of boxing. Beautiful job.
At the end of round number 5, and on our cards, Carl the Truth Williams, very truthful indeed, pitching a shutout as we see it. Scoring will be done by the 3 judges, Frank Burnett, Charlie Speen, and Rocky Castellanti, all of New Jersey. We're in the corner of Bert Cooper. See if we can hear Joe Frazier.
Listening to me, more water. More water, let's go, come on.
But you could hear Joe saying you got to get closer, and that certainly has been the difference in the fight so far.
The Truth is really doing a job, just picking him apart. But you know, see, Joe's telling him you got to get closer. He has to tell him how to get closer. How does he do it? How does he do it? Gets low, moves his head side to side. That's what he has to do.
We're in round number 6, scheduled for 12, remember, USBA heavyweight title distance. Carl the Truth Williams in white, out of action since February of 1986 when he was knocked out by Mike Weaver. And then he thought that he had retired. But he says, no, he's been in the gym.
You know, Tim, he's been out of action a long time, and look how great he looks. And with Ray Leonard coming back the way he did, there may be a new concept in boxing. You lay off for 18 months and go back, and you're twice as good.
Yeah, he's talking to Cooper, and his confidence has just grown with each round.
See, Cooper is not looking to punch inside. The way you look to punch inside, you drop your rear end down so you're sitting down. You pull your hands back and try to move them. He's content to let Williams tie him up inside. Now watch inside. The legs are still straight. He's not looking to fight inside. Standing straight up. And that is a mistake against a guy with a jab, the jab that Williams has.
Now there's a little movement, but no forward motion to get closer. Williams totally dictating the terms of this fight.
Look inside. You see Bert Cooper's content to just stay in there. That's when he's got to really war. Williams is having a picnic. Oh, right hand.
That wobbled him right to the ear. And Williams, he's wobbled. He's got a combination. Backs him up to the ropes, and Cooper in trouble.
Well, at least it made Cooper fight, though, Tim. At least it made him fight. Otherwise, it'll just be one round after the other. Yeah, now he's trying to fight.
Under 30 seconds we go in round 6. Williams looking for an opening to throw the knockout punch, but Cooper throwing enough punches to prevent that. Still a little shaky out there. But coming forward, Bert Cooper. Williams with another solid right and another right hand at the bell.
Thought he nailed him a little after the bell that time.
In the final minute. Set up as he has been through the fight with a left jab, and that right to the ear of Cooper. Now at the end of the round, a short right wobbles him again, and just as the bell goes, Williams delivers a clean right hand as Cooper had his arms down. And the doctors from the New Jersey Commission are in checking Cooper's condition here between rounds 6 and 7. Appear to be, well, I thought for a moment there that he was considering not getting off the stool, but apparently was telling the doctor he's all right, and he's out there for round number 7.
Tim, not only he's got a lot, he's still standing straight up. You can't miss him.
I don't think he's really got himself back together yet from the shots at the end of round 6.
Although Tim, those wars, they have them every day in Joe Frazier's gym. It should make him feel at home. He's got to throw some punches. There's a left hook.
We're in round 7, scheduled for 12.
Standing straight up, looking to get nailed.
And Williams willing to oblige, and we have him winning all 6 rounds thus far. A knockdown, the flash type variety in round 1, and more damage inflicted in round 6 without a knockdown.
That is one of the few times he slipped the jab and threw the hook. That's what he has to do.
Williams slipped as he delivered that right hand in the paint in the middle of the ring.
Cooper looks like he's fighting in slow motion, Tim. Straight up, hands down, moving very, very slowly, very lethargic.
I think he's had quite a bit taken out of him.
Well, but Tim, he was that way from the opening bell. There's a time, even if the guy hits you with the jab, you got to counter. You got to throw something back.
Williams even scoring with an uppercut lead.
Tim, he can hit him with anything he wants to hit him.
He's enjoying this right now, and a chant for the truth from his fans.
And there's another example. There's not much fight left from Bert Cooper.
Williams is living right up the road here in Absecon, New Jersey.
Not much fight left from Bert Cooper. It would have to be one of those down-home left hooks of Joe Frazier's now. You have to let it go.
Under a minute to go in the 7th round. Williams continues to give a jabbing lesson.
Cooper's not punching at all.
At some point, that may be considered by referee Randy Newman.
I'm sure they'll examine him closely in the corner again.
Under the 30-second mark we go in the 7th round. Carl the Truth Williams trying to get himself back into the heavyweight title picture, and the way things are going for him, he might be doing it right here this afternoon against Bert Cooper.
Sure looks good to me, Tim, I'll tell you that.
Warning to Cooper for using his head, and that counsel came from Williams to referee Randy Newman. It may be that Bert Cooper is not going to come out. The doctors were in, and it looked like they were going to let him continue, but Bert Cooper, in discussing it with Joe Frazier, you could see, just said, "I haven't got it, Joe. I mean, he obviously is not able to continue," and they have stopped the fight, and Dr. Frank Doggett now in there with other staff members from the New Jersey Medical Commission, Boxing Commission doctors in there examining Bert Cooper. He appears to be all right, but I mean, he hasn't been hurt in any serious way that we can tell, Gil, but he just didn't want to continue.
You know, it was very strange to me, Tim. The doctor looked at him, and then the doctor it looked to me like he stopped it. Then he walked across the ring and spoke to one of the other commission doctors, Dr. Doggett, and next thing they said, okay, he can fight, and then the next thing he wasn't going to fight.
Yeah, well, I think they made the decision in the Frazier corner, though, and it was made by Bert himself, who has not yet gotten up from the stool, as he has just been dominated for 7 consecutive rounds by this man, Carl the Truth Williams, who looked very impressive today and certainly put a crimp in the style and title hopes of Bert Cooper. We'll come back here to Atlantic City Resorts International to talk with our winner in just a moment. Stay with us here on CBS Sports Sunday as we continue. Confident about this fight, but did you expect it to go this way?
Well, I expected, frankly, I expected it to be a 12-round decision, my favor, of course, because I know Bert Cooper's probably one of the best heavyweights out there. I mean, there's nobody, and I mean nobody out there that can cope with a Bert Cooper. Bert Cooper can go back down to the cruiserweight and take that, and if you want to pursue a heavyweight career, he can take that. You know, it's just that he was unfortunate at this particular time to face the truth. But
well, the truth was that you said that you would keep him away with your jab and that you would control the fight from the outside, and you did exactly that.
That's it, because basically that was my game plan. Me and Carmen Graziano sat back and sat down. He did a great job. I got to give him credit. This time he did a great job. He's always doing a great job.
Now we're gonna check this the report that apparently one of the reasons why Bert couldn't come out was that big right hand of the ear. Apparently he was unable to hear the doctors in the corner. We're going to check on that, but that was a big solid punch from you, one of many right hands that you set up well.
Right. I did plan to throw more rights during, as the fight more or less progressed. I just wanted to more or less hurt him with the jab early on and then take him out with a good right hand, a good one too. And basically that's what I was trying to do.
We said that a lot of people counseled you to not take this fight after the layoff, that you didn't really need to start with somebody as tough. You said it put you right back in the spotlight. How do you feel about it now?
And it most certainly did, because Bert Cooper, like I said, is probably one of the best, and I'm not just saying that because he's present, he's probably one of the best heavyweights out there. You got fighters that come in obese, and this guy comes to fight. Joe Frazier makes sure of that. And in addition to that, another reason that I took this fight, because he's more or less a clone of Frazier and Tyson, because they're both a clone of Frazier anyway, but he's a clone of Tyson, and I felt after a long layoff, could I come back and sustain what I had before I retired?
Let's go back and see the action at the end of round 6. This was probably the best sequence and the one that really got him into the most trouble.
Yeah.
Describe what happened here.
Well, I was trying to basically set him up. So all of a sudden, I start to put the shot together. Boom. That was a good right. Good right. But I was hitting him with a lot of jabs, too, that were hurting him. See, that was the key to the whole thing, the jab. There we go again. Look at that. There we go. I knew it was only a matter of time. Either he fell or Joe Frazier felt compassion for him and said, that's it.
All right, Joe Frazier's with us here. Joe Frazier was your first idol, Carl, and I think you've made a good point. Joe, we were told that perhaps Bert was unable to hear the doctor in the corner. What happened exactly?
Well, I think with the shot that shook him, he just probably deafened for a while or two. He's all right in that part. In that division, I think that Carl did a fine job of boxing and kept on laying that jab. I was trying to get Bert to move in there to take that reach away from him, but he just wouldn't get in and take that reach away from him. If he had take that reach away from Carl, he could do more damage.
Well, he needed a little more Joe Frazier style.
Yeah, well, he stayed on there in that jab. I was trying to get him to get inside that jab, and he just wouldn't do what I wanted to do.
Well, we know you'll have him back in the gym as soon as he's ready to go and back on the trail because he's still got a big future ahead of him.
Oh, we're going to put him right back to work again.
All right. Joe Frazier, congratulations to you, Carl Williams.
Okay,
I wish you the very best in your pursuit of the World Heavyweight Championship.
The 1984 Olympic gold medal.